Most businesses are sending more emails and making more cold calls than ever, but they're booking way fewer meetings than they used to. That's because B2B lead generation has changed. And most of the strategies that used to work to book meetings and generate pipeline are simply outdated. In just the last 8 months, we've set 4,500 meetings for hundreds of the B2B companies that we work with at Whistle, my outbound agency. I wanted to make this video to reveal the best B2B lead generation strategy right now, so you can start consistently booking meetings again. Let's dive in. The old way to do lead generation was basically a numbers game. The idea was simple. You'd pull a huge list of anyone who might be a fit and reach out to as many of them as you possibly could. And the whole thought process was that if you just contact enough people, some of them are always going to book a call. But that numbers game has stopped working. And it's because of how much outreach everyone is getting now. The average person in B2B gets over 100 emails a day, and their phone is full of numbers they don't recognize. So when you send more, all you're rarely doing is becoming one more message that they are going to delete without reading. Everyone obsesses over writing the perfect email or nailing the perfect pitch, when the bigger challenge is getting anyone to see it at all. A lot of cold call outreach never even gets seen because the email lands in spam or the call goes to a number that nobody ever picks up. And on a typical cold list, only 1 to 3 out of every 100 calls will actually connect to a real person. That's why, more than anything, lead generation now comes down to precision. The goal is to reach fewer high-quality leads at the right time so that more of them actually respond. The goal is to find the small number of companies that would actually buy from you right now, and you spot them by looking for buying signals. A signal is just something that tells you a specific company might actually care about what you sell right now. And a few of the most common ones are when a company just raised funding, when they're hiring for a role that your product helps with, when they've posted about a problem that you can solve, or when they visited your pricing page. We actually did this for one of our clients who needed to fill up an industry event they were attending. So we built their entire list off of companies that were already showing clear buying signals. And then we reached out offering a short market survey, which gave us a genuine reason to start a conversation. This then led us to book 26 meetings for that conference off the back of just simply talking to the prospects. The other big thing here is to make your list as specific as possible. One of the best ways to do that is to build a list of direct competitors of your best customers in the same locations and maybe even selling the same kinds of products. Because the companies that look most like the ones that are already buying from you are the ones most likely to buy from you next. Research has actually shown that 95% of the time, the vendor who won the deal was already on the buyer's shortlist before the buying process even started. So getting onto that shortlist early matters way more than having a super good pitch later. Speaking of reaching the right people, if you'd rather not build and run the targeting, outreach, and follow up yourself, we can do it all for you and start booking you qualified meetings in as little as 10 days. So if that sounds like something you want, click on the first link in the description and book a free strategy call with us. Anyway, back to the video. The biggest mistake here is betting everything on one channel. People always ask me whether they should be cold calling, emailing, or using LinkedIn, as if they have to pick just one. The better approach is to use all 3 of them together, around the same person. That way, a call that doesn't connect can become an email, which can then become a LinkedIn message, all part of the same sequence. And one thing that works well is to warm someone up on LinkedIn first by viewing their profile and engaging with a few of their posts, so that when you do email them, it doesn't feel as cold. The other thing is to pick the channel that each specific person is most likely to answer on, because some buyers will answer the phone every time, while others will never pick up, but they'll reply to everything you send them on LinkedIn. If you look at certain roles like HR roles or finance roles or operations roles, They don't tend to answer the phone that well, but they can be quite active on LinkedIn, and it can be an amazing channel to source leads if you're targeting those segments. But look, none of this works if your data is bad. A lot of reps will spend half their day calling wrong numbers and emailing dead email addresses. So really, they're reaching basically no one. Before you even worry about your message, you need to make sure the contact details are correct and the person still actually works there. Everyone is using AI to send more and more outreach, and inboxes are so full with messages that sound so generic. Being human, when everyone else is getting AI spam messages, is going to stand out just like anything in marketing does. The second everyone all does one thing and you do something else entirely, that's when you get attention. And being human starts with your message speaking to their exact problem. Because a generic opening line, like telling them you help companies like theirs, does absolutely nothing, since it could have been sent to quite literally anyone. So what you want to do is speak to something specific about them, like the exact problem you know a company their size is probably dealing with right now. From there, you want to put most of your energy into the channels that are the hardest to automate. The first one is cold calling, which is still one of the best ways to book a brand new meeting because a live conversation is the one thing that AI still can't have. Another one is sending a short personal video on LinkedIn, which works well because the person actually sees that there's a human behind it, and these can get reply rates as high as 30 to 40%. The last one, of course, is meeting people in person, which still beats everything. So if you know that your buyers are going to be at an event, that's exactly where the best conversations are going to happen. If all of this sounds like a lot to get right, that's because it is. Making sure your targeting is right, only reaching out based on the right signals, running every channel together, and following up without sounding like a robot takes a lot of time and testing. So if you'd rather have it all handled for you and just get it right on the first try, click the first link below this video to book a free strategy call with us. On the call, we'll look at who you're targeting and how you're reaching them right now, figure out what's stopping you from booking more meetings, and show you exactly what we'll build to fix it. So again, you can book that free call by clicking the top link of the description. And if you want to hear the full story of how me and my brother built our outbound agency from just a spreadsheet to over 350 clients, then check out this video next.